G'day guys, spent a day in Wallaroo today. Wallaroo State Forest is just north of Newcastle. Access off the Pacific Highway down 9 Mile Road or Italia Road. I came in Italia Road and to explore the area I play what we used to play with the kids in the four drive, where you had to take every left hand turn and you follow the left hand road for as far as you can until it's either undrivable or you loop back on yourself or you pop out of the forest somewhere. So yeah, that's what I was doing this morning, poking around. It's a bit of a mix of terrain out there. There's soft soil like this area here where the rain has washed huge ruts in the road. Pain in the bum if you drop the bike into them, so you sort of have to pick your way carefully. Other sections have a lot of rock in them, quite a few hill climbs, nothing too extreme, but when you're on a big bike it doesn't take much to get things out of shape and start to feel a little bit awkward. Anyway, the day was cut short by a bit of a mishap, which you'll see later on in the video. But, yeah, Wallaroo is not a bad place to go and explore if you want to have a poke around on something that's a little bit more challenging than the range road across the top of Sugarloaf. Anyway, after mucking around with hill climbs and whatever else, I ended up on this little bit of single trail, which was actually quite pleasant to ride along. Certainly not a challenge, and yeah, so I was just picking my way through, and then all of a sudden
why would you stack along that bit of ground and not stack way back there? Ugh. Go again, guys. I presume the stack was on the video just before this. I'm going to spot a bother because I'm out in the middle of Wallaroo State Forest on a bit of single trail, and I've broken my clutch lever, and my spare clutch lever is on Alex Welsh's bike. So I've got to try and work out what I'm going to do now. But anyway, probably better wish me luck. This is one of those days where you wish you were riding with maybe at least one other DR rider and probably a few extras. I've got a tow rope, that's not much good if you don't have someone with you. Yeah, I guess I was a bit complacent. I had the bark busters on the bike and I figured that the bark busters were going to protect the clutch, but when I went down just then, it rolled the bark buster down underneath the handlebar and snapped the clutch lever clean off. So yeah, try and work out what I'm going to do from here on.
So the plan I came up with, on the handlebar there's a clutch switch, which unless you hold the clutch in you can't start the bike. So the plan first of all is to try and get the bike to run, and to do that I need to disable the clutch switch. So I'm taking the headlight cover off. I took a bit of footage at home here just to show you exactly what I was doing inside there. So once you get the headlight cover off, if you open up this little package with all the wiring in here, follow the lead back from the clutch switch, you'll end up with this bit of wire. So on mine it's a yellow wire with a green stripe, and if you just pull the plugs out of the switch, so they're in my right hand, and then the other two pieces, if you join them together, then the bike thinks that the clutch switch is now engaged, and it'll allow you to start the bike. So that's step one, I guess, actually trying to get the bike started so that we can get it running. Otherwise you can't run the bike. And so once I'd done that out in the bush, I've got to say I was pretty happy to turn the key on and find that the old girl kicked over. Happy days. So the second part, well, the second challenge is, once I've packed up all my tools and everything, I've got to try and get the bike moving in gear. So what I was doing was I was starting the bike, getting a few revs up, and when I put the bike in gear, I was actually so excited that I actually got the bike going forward and that it hadn't stalled. I got a bit Gumby and ended up parking it in the bush. Yeah. Oh well. But anyway, that meant that the second attempt I didn't have a run up, and whilst I got going again and poked off out into the bush, I eventually found out there was an easier way to get going. So number one, by disabling that clutch switch, you can actually get your bike to start again. And number two, it is possible to ride the bike without using a clutch for changing gears.
Now guys, I hope you can see what's going on here, but what I discovered on my ride home was that without the clutch in here, so the clutch is still broken, in fact it's hanging down the bottom here. What I was doing was I was starting the bike, I was giving it a heap of revs to try and then just drop it into gear and have enough revs to take off. But what I found was if I left it in first gear and I worked the starter motor, that it would chug and then it would just take off. So hopefully I can show that to you. So at the moment it's in neutral. I'm going to put it into gear and I'm going to hit the starter and hopefully be able to ride out the driveway.